How successful was the Dutch West India Company? Have you ever wondered how one company could shape the trade and commerce of an entire region? The Dutch West India Company, established in 1621, is a fascinating case. This company played a significant role in the 17th century Atlantic world, especially in the Benelux region. Let's break down its success in different areas. First, the company was granted a monopoly over Dutch trade in the Americas and West Africa. This included regions from West Africa to the Caribbean, Brazil, and parts of North America. This monopoly allowed the company to control important trades like sugar, salt, gold, and slaves. These commodities were essential to the Atlantic economy and helped the Dutch Republic, including the Benelux region, grow economically and strengthen its maritime power. Next, the military and colonial ventures of the Dutch West India Company were noteworthy. The company aimed to weaken Spanish and Portuguese dominance in the Americas and Africa. It achieved military successes, such as capturing parts of northeast Brazil from the Portuguese between 1624 and 1654. The establishment of New Netherland, which included New Amsterdam, now known as New York City, expanded Dutch influence overseas and opened new markets for Dutch merchants. However, the company eventually lost Brazil to the Portuguese and faced challenges in maintaining its territories. The company also played a central role in the transatlantic slave trade. It acquired ports on the West African coast to supply labor for plantations in the Americas. While this aspect was economically significant, it also raised moral questions. The slave trade was a major source of profit, and the company's involvement helped sustain Dutch colonial economies. Despite these early successes, the Dutch West India Company faced financial challenges. The high costs of military campaigns and colonial administration strained its resources. Conflicts with Spain, Portugal, and later England depleted its funds. After a reorganization in 1675, the company shifted its focus more on the slave trade to stay afloat. However, it gradually lost most of its assets following the Fourth Anglo-Dutch War and was eventually dissolved in 1792. From the perspective of the Benelux region, the Dutch West India Company was instrumental in establishing the Dutch Republic as a global maritime and trading power in the 17th century. It connected the region to global trade networks, contributing to the prosperity of cities like Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and Middelburg. The company's activities laid the groundwork for Dutch cultural and economic influence in the Americas and Africa, which had lasting effects on the region's history. In summary, the Dutch West India Company had a mixed record of success. It secured important trade monopolies, expanded Dutch colonial reach, and contributed to the economic strength of the Benelux region. However, its military and financial difficulties, along with the eventual loss of colonies, limited its long-term success. Its role in the slave trade remains a significant and controversial part of its history.